owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812.
No, baby.
That's 800-978-4812.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Hello, Jobfather Nation. We are so excited to be here. We've got a jam-packed show today. We have a couple things to go over. First of all, NTX Radio is a radio and podcast collective proudly serving all of North Texas and can be heard all over the world on the TuneIn and on the NTX Radio app. You can listen via Android, Apple CarPlay, or just ask Alexa. And then you are in. You can listen to our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We thank our valued partners for helping us amplify the voices of North Texas. Well, I'm very excited about today's show. We have a lot of things to pack in that are really going to be a blessing and help our job seekers and our job transitioners. But first, before we get on to announcements and the infamous dad joke, let's bow our head for a quick word of prayer. Father God, we are just so honored and grateful to be here, to be a part of this show, to be a part of your plan to help job seekers and job transitioners. I pray that each individual will grow close to you during this time and that they will not miss opportunities to grow fruit. I also pray you would open up the most amazing doors of opportunity for them. Thank you for your favor and your blessings. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Man.
Yay! Well, how you doing, Foster?
Well, I'm doing good. It's another Friday. We're gonna learn a whole lot of stuff today,
Woohoo!
and it is cool. But I'm gonna make you guys
Oh
laugh
goodness,
first.
here we go.
So, so we have um, Schweta,
Yes.
and we've got Laura with us this
Hi.
morning. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to try to bring you guys in on some things that you may not be cognizant of just yet. And we want to say hey to Yolanda Chin is with us, and Nikki Duncan. Hey, Nikki. Kathleen McGregor. Every time I say Kathleen, I know where I'm from. I'm from McGregor, Texas anyway, so that's how that works. So so Dana, I can always tell what location you're at, Dana, because if you say if you whisper ALEXA,
I'm at my place exactly because it's
it's
right around the
funny, y'all.
corner. She'll
With
start
Dana,
talking.
yeah,
She'll tell
yeah,
tell about the
we don't want to get
Jobfather.
her started. Oh, that's too funny. So anyway, okay. Yolanda says ready for the dad joke. So you guys, obviously you're ready. Let me see if I get this right. Okay. There was a woman selling batteries by the park, and what she's okay, let's get this right. She sells sea sails by the seesaw.
She sells seashells. I'm sorry. That is so funny. That's a tongue twister.
That's one of those that it takes you a while to
It
get
is a
caught up
tongue
into that. Well,
twister.
Foster,
Yes.
where are you going? What are you talking about? Oh my God, that's half of my conversation anyway. You guys are like, what in the world's Foster talking about? Okay, guys, we have some AI folks that are more familiar with AI than Foster is, and Laura and Schweta, especially Schweta. But Dana, you shared something with me a while
Mhm.
ago that'd be good for job seekers to know about. I'm going to go through it myself. Tell us a little bit about this
Yeah. Well,
uh,
I believe, and
training.
we have some amazing individuals that are very, very well versed in AI that are going to be talking to us throughout the show to discuss different tools and different ways to utilize these tools professionally.
Uh huh.
So, one thing I did, because we're talking about AI a lot on this show, Foster, and it is what it is. It's here to stay. And honestly, if you
Yeah, it's
know
here
how to
now.
use it, it's so helpful. So to give everybody the most basic understanding, I use Chat GPT all the time. Now that is just one of many AI tools. And AI is
Oh
also built
yeah, it's
into a
grown
lot of
now.
regular software as well. Well, think of it this way. Instead of me going to Google and Googling um, workout plans for a woman my age, 3 days a week, 30 to 45 minutes with certain goals, and then having to read through all these articles and click on all these links. I just go to Chat GPT. I talk to it just like I am talking to y'all right now, and I put in all the specifics of what I'd really like. It scans the internet for me and comes back with an exact plan, a spreadsheet, and everything so I can start my workout plan based on my age, where I'm at in my fitness, what I want to accomplish. And I didn't have to spend hours going through all these websites on Google and reading articles to put all this together. ChatGPT did it all in less than 30 seconds, combing the internet,
Hmm.
and created everything I needed for free. Now, that being said, I keep getting advertisements for something called Coursive. And what Coursive does, it's a royal blue app, and in white cursive it says Course, Coursiv. And it is a intro to AI, and it has about 15 to 20 different AI tools that it will take average, everyday users to those people that maybe aren't as tech savvy through, so that in 30 days you are very well versed on maybe the top 15 to 20 AI tools, or 20 to 30 AI tools there are out there, what they do, and the basic fundamentals of how to use them. I think the plan was $15.99, and it's a 30-day plan, a 30-day course, but you can go at your own pace. Really affordable. I'm almost done with the Chat GPT piece, and then I'll be moving on to the next tool that they want me to learn. But there's so much opportunity in learning a lot of different tools. I think it's a great way to scale and get yourself, in a foundational level, familiar with some of the top tools and items out there, so that you can start understanding them, using them, and know how to apply them to your everyday life.
Cool. That's a place we can go to learn about all this stuff for you
Yeah,
non-techie
or
people
even
like
like
me.
medium, like
That
I'm
sounds really
I'm
good.
I am what I would say you're normal. I'm pretty savvy, but I am not like some IT person. But I learn quickly, and I'm able to learn new software platforms very quickly. For me, it's great, and for those that are non-techie, it's very easy. So it is not hard, and it's very fundamental. This
Good.
is what the tool is, and then it takes you step by step. Here's the main reasons you would use
Good.
it. Here's how you would use it, and then you go through a bunch of different lessons on some very basic
All
things.
right.
It's cool.
Guys, real quick, before we start hearing from our experts, I want to remind you guys that AI is a
Yeah, it's a
tool,
tool.
guys. Don't sit back and let AI do
Mm-mm.
everything for you. I've got a bad story I'm not going to share with you, for with a good friend of mine that let AI build a resume for him. No, the resume wasn't a disaster. It got him an interview, but
Well, you still have to put
AI
your
said
people
things that
principles in.
weren't
Yeah.
accurate. Yes, yes. So, guys, remember that AI is a tool. Just like a hammer is a tool, you can build a nice something with it, or you could bust Foster upside the head and kill him, and then go to jail for the rest of your life. So it's a matter of how you utilize tools. And so Schweta has had AI experience on both sides of the fence. Now, what are you talking about, Foster? Schweta is a recruiter as well. She's a much better recruiter than I am. I'm pretty sure she knows how to use it for that purpose, and then the other side as a job seeker, because she is a job seeker. So you companies that are listening right now, we're going to be talking about stuff, and then Shweta is going to be our job seeker spotlight for the second part of the show. So Shweta, uh get started. Tell us, because I know that you got some ideas in your head that you want to share
Yeah,
with the job seeker.
absolutely. Thank you for inviting me here. Really appreciate being here as a guest today. Hi, everyone who are watching us and who are listening to us today. Now, talking about AI for a job seeker, the way I have learned AI, and I love talent and I love technology. So I am a combination of both. The
Uh-huh.
way I look at AI is like in my team, there's an intern, right? I give the intern a work, they do their work, I review everything, and then I send it to my leadership to review. I'd never send the work of my intern directly to anybody. So that is AI for me. So, whatever I do, I review it thoroughly before doing it. So if I'm
Of
asking
course.
them to, job match me to my resume to a job, and AI tells me add this, and I'm going to review it before I put on anything. Because what I've been seeing is that
Right.
people are using AI bots just to apply on different roles, but it doesn't work that way. You don't know what they're applying to. So you're actually, not doing great to yourself if you're doing it. What matters is, treat it like as an intern in your team, get the work done from it, but review everything. in detail before you put anything on your resume, on your LinkedIn, on anywhere. So that's the most important part. And everybody who's in job search right now, and any profession you are in, you are in tech, you are in business, you are in marketing, you are in finance, our jobs are going to change with AI. So have you learned AI enough? Have you, so like in my job in the last 2 years, leading TA and HR, I have learned, how can we create specific GPTs so that our employees can just access to data which they needed to come to us. How can I build, AI agents which can help my team and help them with the repetitive tasks they're doing. So, how can I help my team with repetitive tasks? So if you're a finance leader, if you're a marketing leader, if you're anything you're doing right now in product, anything, learn how your job is going to change and what all you can do for your next employer using AI. I think that's the most important
Yes.
thing, and every one of us has to be trained. Like few years back, we all got learned with computers, and everybody was like, they are going to take our jobs. No, they're not going to take our job. AI cannot take our job. It needs a lot of humans. So treat it like an intern, as I said again, but
Yes.
learn how to use it and make yourself, because you will be freeing up your 30% time if you're using AI, and your team will be do you using it, and they will have more time to build that human connection with each and everyone, do more things. So what all you can do and how you will be saving tasks on the repetitive things is what you have to learn now. So I'll take a pause, and I want, if anybody has more questions around it. Yeah.
If you guys have questions, chat it, put them in the chat. If you job seekers, if you have questions, you guys that are on that are utilizing YouTube can chime in with us. So if you have questions, put them in. I'm glad that Schweta said what she did, because as we're moving forward, a lot of times, guys, we can use AI to help us do what it is that we do even better, and we want to put that on our resume if we've used AI. Because if you are applying for a position and you utilize AI, where we're going, AI is growing right now. And Tiffany, I agree with you. Chat GPT 4.0 is awesome. That's only one platform now,
Yeah.
guys. We've got Claude, we've got all these other things, and if you know how to utilize AI to help you do your job, you want to let these companies know, because it will make you a more it'll make you a more interesting candidate maybe than someone that didn't put it on their resume. Just saying. Laura, you and I were talking about an angle that people need to know. Let's. I'm going to shut up and let you tell about that. You guys are a little bit more elaborative speech than I am.
Well, I think what we have to remember is not to lose our human connection through this process as we go forward. Because if we think about some years back, the one-way video interview was a big trend, and it was going to replace recruiters.
Oh
And
man, we all
yeah,
got
none of
scared.
us were going to have jobs anymore. So if you look at that example, I mean, nobody wanted to do a one-way interview and talk to a black
Uh-uh.
screen and
Mm-mm.
answer off a prompt and record their answer and wait for the next prompt, because you haven't had time to evaluate that company to get to know them. Because even with technology and advances, interviews are still a two-way conversation and a process that we need to determine if we're interested in the position as well.
That's right. We have questions.
Mhm.
I use them for reports. I use it for so many things, but I still have to go back and edit and audit and make it, like make it so that it is appropriate for the audience and appropriate in terms of what it needs to convey, the content. In addition to that, if you're not careful, AI can, ChatGPT can sound a little too computer-like. There are even prompts when you're using it in a business and setting that you want to make it sound more human-like, that you put in the prompts so that it sounds more conversational and not as computerized. So it's not going to function without the personal touch. So you're right. It's more of a tool that we have that can get a lot more done a lot faster and help us get a lot more accomplished and do a lot more and achieve a lot more if it's used correctly.
Got to use it right.
I think it's important to keep your voice, because
I
the way
do.
AI
Yeah.
arranges things for you is nice, but it's not necessarily your voice.
Yes, exactly.
I agree. I
That's
agree.
right.
But on the reporting side, there are AI agents that can be built, and so the way the future of the organization will look like is you will have so the people who were reporting for you, you will have those as AI agents. So you will call them in your team as your AI agent, but they will not be people; they will be AI who will be doing all those reporting and that thing for you every day. Um, so all of us in our teams had a person who was doing reporting for us, and we can build that through AI agent now. So that person will be reporting into you, and you will be feeding about how you would like to see the data, and you will be able to see it. But yeah, the storytelling is something which you have to do on that.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we are a data society now. But I'll tell you one thing,
Yeah.
guys. If you sit and just sitting still and thinking, not even communicating with anybody, you can understand why that human element is still so important. Uh, when we're in an interview, guys, most of the questions that I have, that most of the questions that I generate toward for that company are built during that interview. You'll hear certain things that you'll have questions about, the way they do things, how things are done. And yeah, I've got some blanket questions that I want to ask before every interview,
Oh,
but
yeah.
usually in that interview is where my questions are going to come out of,
Of
because you're
course.
going to be talking to a person. That person's going to have a certain personality, and you will either feel like a connect or not a connect with that person. And if you do connect with that person, that gets Foster's juices going more there, because y'all know how I am anyway.
Your juices.
So those those questions will come out of that interview, especially if we're finding a connection. And if you're finding a connection with who you are interviewing with, guys, that's a plus anyway.
Oh, it is. Absolutely. And I don't think AI should take the place of human connection, human relation.
No,
I
it
think it's
can't do
meant
it.
to be a tool to help us, but I think probably 99% of the population prefer it as a tool and are not looking for it to take over our jobs.
hmm I remember when we thought those blank, like Laura was saying, we thought those blank screens and that was going to take over everything. And you see where we are
Yeah.
now, guys. When something is developed, there was people that developed it, guys, and it takes people to guide us through the process that has been put together thereof. Now, I agree with Dana. We are going to see some things in IT, program generation, things like that, but even that's still not going to
Right.
change, not going to just take somebody's job. Somebody's got to make sure that the things are doing right and going in the direction and giving us the examples and results that we're looking for.
Yeah.
And I just, people, there's 8 billion of us on this planet. And you know what?
8 billion
It's
zillion.
8 billion now. My goodness. And, you know what? I think we're supposed to get along. I think we're supposed to figure this thing out together, y'all. We're not supposed to be fighting each other and hating on each other and stuff that's going on right now. We've got all this technology that we don't realize is affecting our community and affecting our communications with each other. Do not ever let technology put a wedge in your interpersonal communication.
Absolutely. I appreciate you saying that,
Foster.
Hmm. You know that, of course, y'all are not surprised that Foster's the one saying all
Oh
this.
yeah. And I think most people, most unless you're an extremely techie person, most people look at it as a tool and not like, oh, okay, how can this get replaced? And even techie people, what's great about that is they're finding ways for us to use AI to be able to do a lot more. And there are a lot of young individuals that have learned to master AI that have built careers for themselves that allow them
Yeah.
flexibility. I mean, there's a lot of different angles you can go with it. But like, for example, we use Paycor for our ATS, and they have built in an AI tool that you don't have to use it, but when you have a job description, you can click use AI to revamp or to recreate the job description, and you can do that if you want. So it's kind of like they have their own mini chat GPT in there that if we want
Oh,
to
now
take a
that's
job
neat.
description
Yeah.
and click the little AI with the pencil button, it'll take it and it'll refresh it for us a little bit and make it, a little more of however we want it to look. So, there's things that are helpful. And I think job seekers can use it as well in numerous ways. I use it all the time to create a quick cover letter when I'm helping people, and they've got their
Okay.
standard resume and their standard cover letter, and they're applying to a certain job. I go to Chat GPT and I say, use this resume and this job description to create an effective cover letter that sounds human. And then I copy and paste the job description, I copy and paste the resume and hit enter. And Chat GPT says, okay, give me a sec, does its miracles, and then
And
pops
it does it
something out
fast.
for me. And then I go
Yeah.
back through what it did and I edit it and get it perfect. It takes me all but 5 minutes or less, and I have a beautiful, perfect cover letter just for that job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if any
Hey,
of the job seekers want to, just put the JD in, ask them to prep you for that interview. It will prep you
Oh,
for that interview. It will ask you questions. It will record your answers. It will
what?
help you with answers. It does all of that as well. So,
Oh my gosh, Schweta, I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah. So just use the
love it.
tool, put the job description and say, ask me questions, and it will ask you questions. You put your headphones on, answer, and it will give you feedback, which is like, okay, 101, saying that, okay, you could have just said this, you could have included this, and you're like, okay, the next time I speak, I'll include that as well. So it is preparing you better for the interview. And most of the interviewers, because we have built it for organizations, as are using their own GPT, organizations GPT, to cure these questions. So they are kind of similar questions. So you will not,
I
yeah.
love
So
it.
at least it's prepping you for that. Yeah, but the one thing which I think, and knowing a lot of things in AI and technology, and the way it's going and reading about it, I remember used to remember around 50 to 100 phone numbers before the mobile phones, and my,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
that
Oh
remember
my
that?
era.
Yeah.
And
gosh,
now I
yes.
don't remember my number, and that's
Any
it. That's it.
numbers?
I don't remember my kid's phone number as well. And I'm like, oh my goodness, will my mind stop working if I'm using it? Or what I need to do to sharpen my mind more, so that I'm a human who's going to be using it. So I have to be much smarter than the AI. So I think the continuous reading
Yes.
and studying is is
Yeah.
is, is a part of us, and I think we have to put in that effort again to be much smarter than something which we are training. And
Exactly.
AI is as smart as a person behind it. So the more smart you are, the better you can talk to
Right.
it, the better it gets.
Yes. That is awesome. What other, okay, so we talked about resumes, we talked about interviews. Do you have any other tips maybe on how job seekers could use Chat GPT, Shweta? Because this is a perfect.
Yeah, so from everything, yeah, from reading the job description, so from telling you what's happening, sometimes the job description are all over the place. Okay, tell me five
Yeah.
things what they are
Yeah, they
looking
are.
at. It will give you a synopsis about. So when you
Uh-huh.
write that email, or your cover letter, you know exactly those 5 things which you have to mention. Prepping yourself up, writing those follow-up emails, and preparing you for even those tests, those online tests. It can prepare you for all of that very, very well.
You know,
I'm
as you guys
excited.
were talking, what reminded me was you might want to ask ChatGPT or maybe another AI platform to consider the company that you're interviewing with and look at the job description in comparison to what that company does.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
I know, I know the ChatGPT will give you some ideas that you can use, but guys, here's the key thing: it will give you ideas that you can use, not don't let ChatGPT just do everything.
No, yeah, exactly. And Schweta, you brought up a good point. Sometimes when I'm going, we can finish on the second half.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be back with Schweta, you guys. She's looking for a job.
Woo!
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Jobfather Nation, we're back for the second half, and my coffee
man.
is kicking in.
Yeah, it is.
Woo!
Your coffee
Well,
didn't need to kick in. You're normally
it
like that.
is, yeah. I'm really excited about the first half. Just a reminder, though, before we jump into the second half and keep talking with our wonderful Schweta, remember, NTX Radio is a radio and podcast collective proudly serving all of North Texas and can be heard all over the world. You can simply tune in to either TuneIn Radio or on the NTX Radio app via Android, Apple CarPlay, and Alexa. We want to thank our valued partners because we are very blessed to be a part of this network for helping us amplify the voices of North Texas via NTX Radio. Check out our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. A quick thank you to Tiffany Hurd for having us on the radio. And if you would love to have a radio or podcast, do not hesitate to reach out to Tiffany on the NTX Radio app, or you can go to ntxradio.com. Her information is on there. And Foster, we couldn't do it without Mez. We're so thankful for
We
Mez.
couldn't do it without
She's in the
Mez,
background keeping us in check and making sure everything's working, and making sure that we're not going on too many tangents. So we love Mez, and sometimes she even honors us with her presence and hops on for some comments. And I'm sure you saw Charlie Cat. She and Wrigley are our mascots.
Hey, Charlie.
And wanted to say hello, all job seekers. We're very excited for what the future brings you. So, that being said, Foster, so excited to get to the second half of our show.
Yeah.
But do you have a dud joke?
I have a short one.
Okay.
But before we get there, I want to thank Sharon Adams, because she's with us again. We love Sharon. Sharon's one of the principals at the Thomas Edwards Group, guys. And Thomas Edwards Group is our top relationship that we have in the network. And I also like what Tiffany just said. And Tiffany said, you continue the conversation with the same chat and save it. Now, Kathleen alluded to this earlier, and she said for future, keeping the same one, she says she calls her Chat GPT 4.0 her boyfriend, her AI boyfriend. Says the AI gets to know you, but you always have to review what it gives you. I like that.
Yeah, that's
because we want to review what is what's being conjured up about where we're trying to go with this thing, so that we will know how to project it. Okay. Boy, I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Don't I? Jeez. But you guys remember, you can contact Dana or I if you want to have your own radio show or podcast. I'm glad that Dana said that, because we'll gladly get you in contact with Tiffany.
Oh,
and
she's
you
awesome.
guys will be surprised how you can do that, and the things that are involved with you having your own podcast. Because if you got something live inside of you, you got an idea that will be good for folks to know, then you might want to do that. You might want to put your idea out there, so a mass of people all over the planet, guys, can hear you. And so we'll contact Tiffany for that. Now, I want to, before I introduce Schweta again, I want to ask you guys a question.
Okay.
I need your ponderance.
Ponderance.
Okay. What do you call a polar bear in a jungle?
Okay, hold on.
I need my Chat GPT to answer that.
I know. I know. Hold on, a polar bear
I
in the
see
jungle.
you guys clicking.
Let's see. No, I don't know.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Lost.
Legit. I was trying to get like punny and trying to figure out, like we did on the previous show, like what it would be. I was overthinking it.
Foster, you need to write a book on your dad jokes. It will be a super hit.
Oh, no, don't encourage him, Schweta. Do not encourage that.
Schweta, I'm going to have to go through. I can go through all of our shows, because YouTube captures all of our shows, and I can do a compilation of all my dad jokes. Oh, my God. So anyway, that's good. So Jim Williams, how'd that do? Did you like that joke, man? Just type it into the chat.
Yeah.
Yay. Sharon said she got it. That's right.
Lost.
Okay, guys, let's talk about lost. Let's talk about Schweta. Now, we have established already that Schweta is a recruiter, but she's a global talent leader, guys. Now Schweta is global, and so she has been involved in HR as well. So I can talk a lot about Schweta, but I've never worked with Schweta. So I want Schweta to tell us what seems to be the applications of your skill set that you like the most. And hey, Schweta, are you open to contract
Yes, I
as
am.
well?
I am very much open to contract as well as fractional. I am a global talent and HR leader. I'm based in Dallas, Texas, and I moved to Dallas in 2018, and I've worked for Infosys, McKesson, and CBRE, led their global teams in US, UK, EMEA, South America, APAC, Pacific. So 25, 30 countries, and uh, working very
Oh man.
closely with the C-suite and understanding what they need, and how can we build a global organization. That's what I've been doing for the last so many years. Yeah, that's a brief about me.
So you work for
I work for
Infosys, huh?
Infosys as well. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big company.
Good.
Wow.
yeah.
I'll have to call you about it as well. I'll have
All these three
questions.
are like big companies based out of Dallas. So yeah.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Awesome, guys. I want you guys to realize that Sveta is she's ready to go right now. She is available. She can go to work for you guys on. Well, I don't want to say on Monday. Well, she could, but I have to let her answer that one. But Sveta, what are some of the things that you've done in your career that set you apart? That makes you smile. You got a wonderful smile. We want to see your teeth more. And
Yeah.
so, tell us some. Tell us what you
Yeah, yeah.
like.
So as I said, I manage global teams. So, understanding about, how, if you have to build something, what makes sense, which is the best location to build, what are different countries look like, what is the talent landscape in each and every country, how it will work. That's one thing. Second is, building a brand for the organization. So I'm very, very good at talent marketing.
Okay.
Um, talent operations, how can we use AI to make everyone's life easier in our teams,
Right.
and then working with leadership, doing a lot of executive recruiting work, succession planning, um, workforce planning, and executive recruiting. So these are some of the areas which I have done for years. Uh, but a big problem solver, and I love solving problems. And how can I have that impact by solving big problems? That's what I look forward to in any organization. If they have problems, then I know I can help because I would have done it sometime. And if I've not, I'm more than happy to go and highly resourceful. So I know how to go and ask people who have done it as well.
Yeah. What kind of roles are you specifically like, when you're thinking about your job search right now? What are your ideal roles, like titles wise, that you are targeting since you have such a robust background?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I'm looking at something, which is which can be a talent leader or a talent recruiter role
Okay.
for technology, corporate functions, executive recruiting, workforce planning, succession planning, some of that. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Sweta, and I'd like to say this, and if you shake your head like you're shaking right now, I'm saying the right thing. But companies, I foresee now, I'm a talent acquisition leader too myself. I have worked at companies that needed a Sweta to come in on contract and teach our recruiters how to utilize AI and some of the other recruitment or talent acquisition functions that we do according to the client that we're supporting. There's a lot of different ways the use of contracting Schweta in. Now, Schweta's not going to fuss with you guys if you want to hire a full time. Hey, that may be the route. But guys, we don't run across a lot of Swetas. Um, Dana and I are good, but me
Yeah.
and Dana already got a job. You guys need to hire Sweta.
Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely.
Schweta is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Super exciting.
Sweta, what's the
thank you.
best way to contact you?
Yeah, I have my
Mhm.
LinkedIn in the chat. So the best way to contact me is LinkedIn. And also I'll
Yeah.
put my email in the chat. So, if somebody has any kind of
Oh,
roles,
good.
if it's fractional, contractual, permanent, anything, I am looking at to be based in Dallas area, or travel because I've
Oh,
been in the
yeah.
global role. So I've been traveling a lot. So I'm more than open to travel as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sweta, how do you pronounce your last
Shweta
name?
Arora, Arora. It's very easy, the way it's written.
So I do
Okay.
have a quick whatchamacallit question. So as far as the types of roles, you mentioned some of what you were looking for. do you, because I know you work for Infosys, huge organization, but share with our audience a little bit about the industry experience you have. I personally don't feel that you need to have specific. If you're a good recruiter, you know the right questions to ask, and you don't necessarily need the industry experience in most circumstances to come in and make an impact.
Uh-huh.
However, it's good to know, because everybody kind of has
Yeah.
their wheelhouse. Like Foster can recruit for anything, but his wheelhouse and his expertise is on the not aviation. You're on the why can't I spit it out, Foster? Aerospace. And the
Aerospace.
engineering with that, correct? So that being said, for me, like I've done a little bit of everything, but my wheelhouse is healthcare. What about you? Talk to us a little bit about, the different industries, and even if
Sounds
you
like
have a
technology
Yeah,
passion.
maybe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and it
think,
sounds like
yes,
it.
I've worked for technology organizations like Infi, which is tech consulting. I moved to Wyndham and Thompson, which was
Uh-huh.
advertising. And then I moved to McKesson, which was healthcare. And then I moved to real estate, which was CBRE. So I have, but
Mm,
my sweet spot is tech and corporate functions. That's what I've been leading. And
nice.
so,
Okay.
it doesn't matter which industry it is. I've been working for some manufacturing clients in the last 2, 3 months,
Hmm.
and I'm doing excellent on that because it's super niche. You have to go and actually find each and every person. So I love that. As well as, there's some hiring which I've done for data centers, building something for a startup in Mexico. So, different things in different, organizations. But I think I'm not very industry I'm very industry agnostic, so I can work in any
Good
industry
deal.
because I think the corporate function in tech remains the same. Like with a healthcare company, you
Yeah.
look at tech with some healthcare knowledge. With real estate, you look at like tech with real estate knowledge. But having said that, the basic remain the same.
Shweta, you said something that flipped my mind. We just had guys at the beginning of the show. I intended to tell of a major landing that we just had. My buddy Jennifer Robbins just landed a very senior program manager position at McKesson, and a lot of you guys, a lot of your listening audience are familiar with McKesson. A lot of you guys that are overseas may not know who McKesson is. So Shweta has been a part of McKesson. Tell us, Schweta, a little bit about your experience with McKesson. What is McKesson? What do they do? And
Hmm.
tell me the highlights of what you did when
Yeah,
you were
so
there.
in Dallas, Texas, McKesson is the only organization which is Fortune 9. So it's huge. It's a
It's huge.
$300 billion
Yes.
organization. It's huge, 80,000
Oh my
people.
God.
And the kind of work they do, they're not like the forefront of healthcare, but they are in everything at the back. They do
They are, yeah.
everything. So, when I remember
Manufacturing
manufacturing
of products
products,
and
I remember,
everything.
when we were getting vaccinated, we were hiring people to ship those vaccines across the world. So doing
Okay.
all of that and very exciting work we do in healthcare, especially on the cancer research side.
Yeah.
So if you you know so if you've heard about Ontada and other cancer research organizations, they heavily invest in cancer research and other organizations as well. So I think I've not seen anything which McKesson doesn't do in healthcare. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
That is true. And Shweta, I don't know if I ever told you, and I'm glad that you and Dana are talking right now because you definitely want to be connected and stay in contact. Dana used to work for a company called Caris
Yeah.
Life Sciences, and I meant to tell you to check. And of course, Dana can tell you what's going on because she's still got a relationship
Yes, I
in
do.
place
I do, and I'm
with
grateful.
Caris Life Sciences. And
Yeah.
Caris is a oncology research group, and you might want to check them out.
Yeah.
But while you're checking them out, you can ask any questions you have to
Absolutely,
Dana.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely. If you see any roles on there, let me know. The organization they focus on molecular profiling. So when individuals are diagnosed with cancer, they're able to have their tissue sent to the lab, tested, and have it medically determined the best possible way. It's a very technical, scientific process to treat
Yeah.
that patient and their cancer and the way it's behaving in their body based on their molecular makeup. And this is wonderful because it's targeted treatment versus oncologists guessing, and it allows the oncologist to go right to the best possible drug or drug combination, companion diagnostics, to treat the patient. It's a phenomenal thing. And if you see anything in there that looks good, I'm very close with the director. I worked there 10 years. I know numerous people throughout the organization. Just let me know.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you guys were talking, I remembered also, Schweta, and I'm just saying this because you're in job search. Are you familiar with a company called Grail? Graill.
But
Another another
okay.
oncology group.
Sounds
And
familiar.
well, yeah, because Gail Houston is the head
Okay.
recruiter over there.
Okay,
And so,
there we go.
that's what I do. I build relationships so that I can introduce you guys to the cool people, the people that will actually do something and not get too busy and go, "Oh, well, that's nice, Foster,"
Yeah.
and never get around to helping
Mhm.
doing what me and Dana or Mez or someone is trying to help do. There are two
Exactly.
people in this network, and job seekers, I'm speaking to you. This is not going to be an easy thing to hear, but it's the truth. Guys, get networked, get a part of what you are a part of right now, because when you get a job and you go to these companies, we will remember. And then if someone is interested in your company, if they are a good fit for the role that they're looking at, Foster, other people will be glad to introduce
Heck
you because
yeah.
you already work at the company.
Yeah.
And if you are someone that's a taker and you're just here to get a job because you're nervous because you don't have a job, and as soon as you get a job, you send me and Pete Hernandez or whoever these emails that said, "Take me off the list," I'm done with y'all.
Oh, for
Yeah, for
sure.
sure. Also,
Yeah.
whoever is listening today, I have built a great network in the Dallas area in the last few years. Being in
Uh-huh.
TA, you build bigger networks than most of the people. So
Very much.
I'm more of a giver, in networking. So
Yes.
anybody needs any help, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to introduce you to anybody you want to work with, or just send an intro, or just get you added somewhere, or just refer to a specific job. More than happy to do that for you. We are in this
Oh, that's
together, and I'm more than happy
Yeah,
to
we are.
help others. So connect me on LinkedIn. If you see anybody in my network who can be of help to you, just let me know.
okay. I love
I'll
that.
be honest, Dana. I watched for a number of weeks. Shweta has been involved with a number of our networking events, and I've been able to see her there. But I've been able to see how she interacts in attempts to help other people, and that gave me an affinity to get to know her more. And I like to bring people with that spirit on this radio show, because those are generally the best people that you're going to find to do your
Yeah,
jobs. And
absolutely.
and we have a gold seal. Thank you, Maz. We have a job seeker golden seal of approval that is what I just explained. And so, job seekers and companies, Sweta has a gold seal of approval.
Love it. Absolutely. And Foster, I'm so appreciative of the relationships you make and bring to us. It really does make a difference. I'm grateful for it. I've met the most amazing people. Shweta, you are amazing. Laura, you're amazing. We have the most amazing people that come on
Yeah,
this
we do.
show, and the purpose is we're all rallying together to help one another. It is not easy being in job
Yeah.
transition. I have no doubt, Shweta, the most amazing door is about to open up for you. But
Oh
by
yeah, they will.
utilizing our network and building these relationships and giving back to the community, it's such a beautiful thing. It really is. And like I said, Foster, I'm grateful and honored to be a part of it.
I can say the same thing about Laura as well. And I would like, if I know Sweta doesn't mind, I'd like to take about 2 minutes for Laura to tell us what she specializes in. Because you guys, there are a number of people out there that probably want to talk to Laura after she tells you about what it is that she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Foster. And Thanks to all of you. My background is global HR management, and I've worked a lot with the expat population. So, people coming into the US on assignments and outgoing. And through that, I've built a coaching practice for international professionals. So, when they come into the US with their spouse or partner on an assignment, we work together to figure out what their next 3 years will look like professionally and also personally. Um, I've met people on pickleball courts, coffee shops, everywhere
Oh
else.
yeah.
I love it. I love
But
it.
Laura's going to teach
I
me how to play
am. I
pickleball.
am.
Woo, Laura, I want to play too. I want to come
Yeah, come
too.
out. We need to have a.
I actually have some rackets
Dana's
and a ball.
Dana's
I
You know,
can
quite
there,
just
there,
athletic.
there is a
When I
pickle and
first met
chicken
Dana, yeah.
place open just near my house, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of
It's
fun.
Oh, that chicken
Yeah.
and pickle
Yeah.
place. What is
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Let's go. I would love
Yeah, we need
that.
a networking
And see
social
what
for
you
that.
guys just learned. If you don't play pickleball, you ain't gonna get no job. I'm kidding.
I've also worked
No,
quite a
no.
lot with international students. And in 2019, I went over to India for some weddings, and I visited with the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce and also an educational group that's building relationships between universities in India and the US for some exchange programs. So I've been into a lot of things globally, the talent function, as Schweta mentioned, and some program management and opening of new facilities globally.
Mm.
I think it's important. You guys, this is not the last time you're going to see Laura. You should hear some of these conversations that Laura and I are having. There's some observations that we make as society is changing, sometimes a lot of times, due to the technology that we are applying into our lives now. And there are different ways that you can do things. You'd be surprised at different ways you can get in and do things. And Laura and I get together and talk about that. But I'm glad, Laura, that we have you on the show, and we're going to bring you back. It won't be the last time that you're on here with us. We're going to talk about a lot of
Thank you.
topics. And Schweta, once again, guys, Schweta is available right now.
Shweta, you're
She can,
amazing. You're gonna
Thank
get
yeah,
you.
she
eaten
Thank
really
you.
up
is.
Thank you.
She
quick
really is.
Please
because
connect on LinkedIn, and I'll be more than happy if I can help you. Anyways, maybe you have to learn AI. You have to learn anything. Just let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that.
And if I
oh,
may
that is
add,
amazing.
Schweta did a great job of explaining how our resumes are evaluated internally. And every
Mhm.
company is going to have their own way of doing things. And we talked a little bit about that
Yes.
on a call. But she explained how she has seen the resumes evaluated and how the companies are using AI that she's dealt with. So I think she can provide some good insight for people.
Absolutely.
Well, I know she
Absolutely.
has. She's done that for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So every ATS system right now has a grading system. So it is more on keyword. So it is keyword matching system, and it's not AI. It was there earlier as well. And what it does is whatever job description has like 5 keywords, so it matches the 5 closest one and put it like these are the top 10, because right now with all these eight AI bots in place, it has become very, very difficult for every job. A recruiter is getting more than 1,000 applications, so it is impossible. So if you have to apply for a job, it's better to go through a referral,
Yeah.
somebody who can take your resume
Oh
and
yeah.
give it to the hiring manager and say, I know this guy or I know this person, can you hire him? I think that's the right way to do it. If you do not have it, try to build it through LinkedIn.
Yes.
So have a relationship first, then applying to a job.
Yeah.
Do not apply without a referral. It is getting lost right now because there are too many applications. Everybody is doing their resumes through AI. They match perfectly. So you have to have that relationship going.
I agree completely. And honestly, people are really kind and helpful on LinkedIn. When I was in between my job search, if I
Yeah,
applied
they
to a
are.
role and I saw that I had, because I did most of my applications through LinkedIn, and I saw that I had someone in contact, I would just send them a kind little email and say, "Hey, we're connected on LinkedIn. I am applying to a position your company has open, and I am very qualified. Would love your support in referring me." And I attach my resume so they can see that I am qualified. I'm not just applying to, apply. And I couldn't believe how many people were nice. It was great, Foster.
Yes.
It's good. I hear music, and we are
Yay.
going.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you guys
Bye.
next Friday. Yeah. Thank you, Schweta. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you